Dilip Sunar. I'm a Nepalese national, and I'm living in Sapporo for about 7 years now. I'm not here today to do an actual lecture, actually. I have some stories, real stories and messages from Nepalese children that I would like to share with you. So Nepal is a landlocked country between India and China, and it's a very small country. It's 1.3 times bigger than the size of Hokkaido. Nepal has 29 million people, and out of 29 million people, 35% of the population is 15 years of age. There are lots of children, and it's full of children. The economy of Nepal is pretty bad. We don't have any international shares with Japan or US or whatever. We grow jute, we grow rice, we have some tea forests, tea slopes there in Nepal. And we don't have any natural resources. Our natural resources is just water. But Nepal has lots of water, but Nepalese people don't have access to clean water drinking facilities. And there are lots of children dying every year because of diarrhea, cholera, and other waterborne diseases. There are so many problems in Nepal. You can't compare it to Japan. I sometimes read a book, the history books of Japan, and I try to compare, like Japan and Nepal, but I find it very difficult to compare. There is nothing that you can compare when it comes to development. Remember, we don't have trains in Nepal. The means of transportation in Nepal is bus, airplanes, car, bus, taxis, and donkeys up in the mountains. Many of you don't know there was a long civil war in Nepal between 1996 and 2006. Even before 1996, we used to have poverty issues, and we used to have street children and child labor thing, because itself is a economically downtrodden country. But after the civil war, the situation became worse. We could see street children and child laborers everywhere. And education is the key to Nepal today. It is not like here in Japan that you have to go to school until you finish high school. We don't have any particular law in Nepal. Nepal's government in Nepal is not able to make that policy that the children have to go to school till a certain age. Education is the key to the power. If we give them a right education, if we give them the right of globalization, if we show them the information of the outside world, they are hungry. And they are downtrodden, and they have this ego to be competent. I will explain you with one story. First, a girl that we rescued on 12th of December. This is the paper here. Please look at this paper, and please go over it in a minute. There is no time. This is something that we can't, imagine here in Japan and most developed countries. A 13-year-old girl working as a child prostitute, and that is not one of them. We rescued 16 of them in one rescue mission. A girl named Puza that we rescued, her family has died in a shootout rampage of the Civil War in 1996. And she has a brother, and she has his brother's wife, his sister as well. And she has a bigger sister, her name is Ganu Casey. And Ganu Casey is 18, and I will explain you the process of how she went into the child prostitution. They live up in the mountain in the rural areas. It takes 2 days to get to the access to the transportation and to have human facilities like hospital. And her sister is working as a prostitute in Pokhara City. And she saves money, and she goes up in the mountains every month with the money she collected. And she looks after her sister and her brother and her brother's wife. one day, Puza got attracted to it because she goes back with nice watches, a pocket full of money. But Gyanu, she didn't explain what kind of work she was working because there is a discrimination issue and there are some other issues in the society. So last year, Gyanu Kesi brought her small sister Puza Kesi to Pokhara, and she asked her owner to be a child prostitute. And Puza Kesi, she first refused to be a child prostitute. But the owner, he raped her for 1 week. He beat this girl until she became a child prostitute. But we were lucky that we can, at least rescue her before she got HIV. And we went there to, we collaborated with our partner organization in Nepal, and we collaborated, we got help from the Interpol, the International Police, and we went there right in. Our mission was to just rescue Puza Kesi, but there were 16 of them, and we don't have the fund to protect them, but we can't leave them there. Imagine a 5-year-old girl. Her hand is so tiny, and she's working at the stone quarries. And I took the picture and showed you at the presentation. And it's I sometimes become full of tears, because she's so young and she works in this hot sunny day, and her parents feel that it is normal that a child works. But we hope that we can rescue those child in the future as much as we can. The situation with us, the reality with us is so difficult that this message has to expand very seriously and very quickly. And I ask all these young people here to help me and find networks and collaborations with similar organizations, or on the internet using social networking sites, or bookmarking, or sharing, or translating, or saying to your family, or saying to your friends, to whoever, that this is a very serious issue. The children we target in our program are generally those hard hit by poverty, social and economy and political problems, and namely the kids that are forced to live in the street and are forced to do child prostitution and trafficking, and those children who are on child labor, and those children who are child soldiers. And our goals is to build schools in Nepal, create awareness among poor parents, give them the right education about their children and the needs of their children. And also to target the children in special program, from vocational training, skill developing, protection, and mental support, and those who have been affected from domestic violence and also from civil war and other severe political and social circumstances. And to improve the abysmal street situation of Nepalese street children, and to help improve the general living conditions of Nepal. Thank you very much.